In this segment, I'm going to talk about what information is in a candle and a little bit about how you can leverage that as a supply and demand trader. Okay, so I have my trade station charts set up here, and I have a 5-minute, a 15-minute, and a 60-minute. And what I did is I put lines so you can see from 8 to 9 on each chart what candles occurred in that time frame. And one of the things that you have to consider when you look at the candles is if you're looking at a smaller time frame, you're actually getting a lot more information about what is occurring with price action. You know, when you look here, you can just see that between these two candles, price went up. You get a little more information about the upward move of price in the 15-minute, but you can actually see here that that price did retrace and then take back off. And so these are some things you need to consider about how much information you might be losing if you're looking at a higher time frame chart. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about what a candle tells us. And I'm just going to zoom in right here. And if I look at this candle right here, I know that price opened here and then went higher. It's a green candle and it closed here. Sometime during the 5 minutes of this creation of this candle, price went up, found some supply, and then came back down to the close. Also, sometime during this candle creation, price went down, found some demand, and then ultimately came back up and closed higher. If we look at the flip side of that, a red candle, which is showing some downward movement, it opened here and closed lower, and at some point during that 5 minutes, price came up, found some supply, and then continued back down. And it actually at some point came down much lower, found some demand, and recovered a little higher. So when we think about candles and what is occurring with price action as a supply and demand trader, one of the things that we want to think about is what is going on with price action. And if I look here and I'm looking for an area of demand, of course I can already see price came back to this area, but you know, I've got a base right here. I've got a leg in, I've got a 2-candle base and a leg out, and you can see very quickly price retraced back to here, and it is continuing. It's come back a couple times and it's just kind of meandering away. So not a real strong move. But so one of the things that we want to think about is when we're looking at areas of supply and demand, you know, thinking about, you know, this, one of the things that people consider is the strength of the leg in candle. How strong is that leg in? How strong is the leg out? And then in the case of a demand zone, people usually like to see a green leg in candle and a green leg out candle. And on their leg out, they don't like to see that it wicks past the bottom of their base. So these are some of the things that as you think about a candle and the information that's in a candle, and you're a supply and demand trader and you're looking for areas of supply and demand, these are some things you should consider. And hopefully this will help you as you start to look at your charts and look for those opportunities to get into trades.